coming for you, Pew. Let's see. Nope. What's up YouTube? My name is Tyler, and today I'm going to be comparing two of my favorite suppressors on the market today, one of which being the PTR Vent 3 and the other being the Radical Defense LS5. Both of these are 556 suppressors and both are 3D printed reduced back pressure designs. So let's get into it. Full disclosure, I have no affiliation really with either of these companies. I bought both of these suppressors with my own money. This one I did buy direct from Radical Defense and they follow me on Instagram, but there was no exchange of money. They're not paying me to make this video or anything of that nature. PTR, I talked to them at NRA 2024, but other than that, again, I bought this one with my own money and they're not paying me to make this video either. The first thing I'm going to talk about is price. The Vent 3 is $14.99 and the LS5 is $8.99. Now I did opt for the Haynes 282 on the LS5, which is more durable, full auto, belt-fed, machine gun rated material, but they do sell their titanium version for the exact same price. So it's also $8.99. The LS5 being only $899 for both the titanium and the Haynes 282, I believe makes it the cheapest 3D printed suppressor on the market today, especially in the titanium version. Don't quote me on that. Maybe if you know another cheaper one out there, leave it in the comments. But to my knowledge, that's the cheapest 3D printed suppressor that you can buy. I'll put the stats sheet for both of these suppressors on the screen now so that you can read them. First, we'll go with the PTR, and then we'll go with the LS5. Now, if you're looking for a more in-depth or scientific review on either of these suppressors, I would highly suggest you check out Pew Science for the Vent 3. And then Silencer Summit did some testing on the LS5 that you can check out. I'll put the link to both of those in the description. Now, what I'm trying to accomplish here today is that I found the Pew Science review on the PTR and the Silencer Summit testing on the LS5, but neither of the two compared both head to head. So that's what I'm here to do today for you, hopefully, in the best ways that I can. So like I mentioned, the LS5, I opted for the Haynes 282. It is a heavier material, so weighing both of these suppressors I don't think would be a fair comparison. If I had the titanium version, then I would weigh them. But the Haynes 282 is full auto, machine gun, belt fed rated. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it. Obviously the PTR being all titanium construction is gonna be a much lighter suppressor, but it comes with a restrictive firing schedule. According to PTR, it's 90 rounds. I've also seen 120 rounds online. Now, as far as sound suppression goes for both of these cans, first and foremost, they are extremely quiet. Both of these cans take every bit of the bite out of a 556. And for reference, in all of my videos that I shot today and all of the comparisons, I'm shooting M855 out of both my 11.5 inch Daniel Defense and my 11.5 inch Knights Armament SR15. All right, so we're gonna do a blind sound test to see which one's quieter, the Vent 3 or the LS5. I have my assistants here to help me, because obviously I can't shoot all the weapons at once, but what they're gonna do is one person's gonna shoot around out of one suppressor, and then the other one's gonna shoot next. I'm gonna point to whichever one I think was quieter, and then at the end, I'm gonna switch the suppressors and the hosts to make sure that for some reason one gun is quieter than the other or whatever, and we're gonna do it all again. So 5 rounds out of each, back and forth, and I'm gonna tell you guys which one I think is quieter. Very close, but I'm gonna go with this one. Go ahead. I think it was probably this one. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. See, that one sounded like this one. Go ahead. Not this one. Go ahead, last one. I'm gonna say this one. This one has a deeper tone to it. This one has more of a crack to it. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and switch suppressors and hosts now. So we're gonna do the same test again, 5 and 5, and I'm gonna go back and forth. Go ahead when you're ready. Maybe this one. Go ahead. Like this one sounds deeper, but they're equally as quiet. I'm gonna go this one. Go ahead. I don't know if it's just purely the sound that it's making or how loud it is, but I'm gonna still go with this one. Go ahead. That one might have been this one too. That one might have been this one. Okay, go ahead. That was like 50-50. I'm gonna go split tie with that one. Go ahead. Maybe this one. We'll do one more and switch sides. Actually do 3 more and switch sides. So just switch. Don't switch guns, switch sides. Okay, go ahead when you're ready. Probably this one. Go ahead. So this has a much deeper tone to it. Even I thought maybe switching them around, like something with the environment, but this one has a much deeper tone to it, and I think that's why it's perceived to be quieter. They both sound just as quiet, but this one just sounds deeper. Go ahead, do one more. Oh, that one was 50-50 for sure. We came up with some interesting results. I will say that I think both of these, as far as sound suppression goes, I don't have a decibel reader, but as far as sound suppression goes to the human ear, I would say that they're both the same. The one major difference is the tone. So the tone out of the PTR is much deeper and much softer, I'll say, on the ears. Neither of them make your ears ring. Both of them do an excellent job at sound suppression, but the tone difference is fairly prominent, whereas the LS5 has a little bit more of a crack to it than the PTR does. The PTR sounds kind of deeper and less high-pitched. Obviously, what I'm gonna be able to convey through the microphone isn't gonna be what it sounds like in real life. I'm just trying to do my best here at conveying how these suppressors sound through a camera, through a microphone. The bottom line is that both of these suppressors are extremely quiet. In comparison to the RC2, I know the RC2 is a very old suppressor, but it also is a very quiet one, and everyone, I feel like at some point or another, has heard an RC2 in real life to know. Both of these absolutely blow an RC2 out of the water as far as sound suppression goes. Now, I did shoot both of these suppressors under night vision just to test out the muzzle flash coming out of both of these suppressors. Obviously, the PTR is titanium, so it's going to behave differently than the Haynes 282. But I will say that I think both of them did a fantastic job at killing the flash. Under night vision, keep in mind that if you're looking through the naked eye, you're going to see much, much less of the flash than you would through night vision. And also keep in mind that this was from the bystander's perspective, So from the shooter's perspective, it's also gonna be a little bit less because you have the firearm in front of you. But both of these suppressors perform very well under night vision in regards to flash, muzzle flash. Both of these suppressors are hub compatible. I have here on both of them the Rearden Atlas mount. You can mount up whatever type of mount that you want that's hub compatible. I believe Chemo makes one, and there's tons of other ones on the market, but that would leave you, or that would allow you to use a muzzle device most likely that you already have on your gun. As far as gassing goes for both of these suppressors, like I mentioned earlier, they are reduced back pressure design. Does that mean that they are perfect and then you won't ever get any gas in your face? No, because there has to be some gas that makes it back to the carrier to cycle the weapon. I will say that all of the 5.56 suppressors that I've ever shot, these two are some of the best performing as far as back pressure goes. If I had to pick a winner between the two of these, I honestly don't know that I confidently could. I would say that as far as gassing goes, it would be a straight across the board tie. The PTR, I haven't had the opportunity, or I had the opportunity, but I didn't choose to shoot this full auto, being it's a titanium can. I didn't really want to melt this thing. But the LS5, I have shot full auto, and I did not get gassed out when I shot that. Now, cleaning is something that has been talked about a lot with the PTR. The PTR does have a more strict cleaning schedule than the LS5. According to Radical, the LS5, you just gotta shoot it. As far as size, the PTR is a little bit longer. I would say maybe about a ½ inch longer than the LS5, and it is a little bit thinner than it as well. The LS5 has a little bit more diameter to it than the PTR does. But honestly, at the end of your gun, you're probably not going to notice the size of the PTR just because it is such a light suppressor. There are some other statistics that I'm leaving out strictly because it's a material limitation. The PTR, I believe, has a barrel length restriction, whereas the LS5 does not, but that is simply because this is Haynes 282 and this is titanium. I would suggest that if you're looking at either of these suppressors and you're looking at them specifically in titanium, I would do your own research as far as if it meets your needs and or your barrel length of the rifle that you're putting it on. If you're looking for a clear winner between these two suppressors and all of these results, I would probably have to go with the Radical Defense simply because of the price point. You get almost the same performance in every aspect of it, whether that be flash, sound suppression, looks, reduced back pressure, whatever it is, for nearly half the price. And that's also in the titanium version, like I said. That's not to take away from the PTR. The PTR is a fantastic suppressor. But being that it's $1,500 versus $900, I think people could easily justify, or more easily justify, the purchase of the Radical over the PTR. But that's all I got for you guys today. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you gathered something from this. If there's something that I missed or something that you want to see me compare between the two of these suppressors, please let me know down in the comments and I'll happily do it for you guys. Obviously, I have limitations on what I can and can't do, whether I have certain firearms or not, but I'll happily do anything that's within my means to compare these two suppressors and give you guys the content that you want to see. So that's all I got for you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and tune in to the next one, which I got the shipping notification today. It should be on the Tommy Built T7. So I'll catch you on that one. Oh my God, it is so hot in here. These things are freaking sweet, man. Honestly.